the percentage of people who lose weight and successfully maintain it, it's been estimated to be as small as 1 to 3%. These people who maintain their weight loss, like, what are they doing? Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Sweatable podcast. My name is Brooks Herbis, and I'm an online fitness, nutrition, and mindset coach who's here to help you simplify and make sense out of the all too confusing fitness and nutrition industry. Let's be real, there's a lot of conflicting information online, and it can be hard to know what's legit and who to trust. In every episode, I'll be sharing the science and psychology behind health, fitness, and long-lasting behavior change. But I'll also be sharing real-life practical application, because all of the best info in the world only matters if you can actually apply it to your real life. So grab a coffee, water, glass of wine, or lace up your walking shoes, and let's dive in. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the podcast. If you are watching these on YouTube, which they are all uploaded to YouTube, and side note, I was always an audio podcast girl. But recently I have been loving watching some of my podcasts on YouTube when I do my cardio on the treadmill. And I used to always save that time for watching a TV show or something, but there's nothing big on reality TV right now that I need to catch up on when I'm on the treadmill. So I've been watching my little pop culture podcast, and I love it. So that is also a great cardio strategy too. It's called temptation bundling, pairing something you don't want to do with cardio with something you do want to do, like the podcast, or your favorite podcast, your favorite TV show. Not to get off on that side tangent. We don't need to talk about habit stacking. That's not what we're talking about today. But if you do want to learn more about temptation bundling, shoot me a DM and we can talk about it. But if you're watching on YouTube, you will see I'm in the same outfit because I batch these podcasts. I record all of them for the month ahead, which is really helpful because I just get in the groove and go for it. So yeah, I'm on YouTube. You can even, I think, stream it on Spotify with video as well. So if you're doing a little cardio and you want to watch me in my office record these, feel free to do that. But today is a great topic because it is something that I don't think we talk about enough. We love to talk about weight loss, sustainable weight loss, the habits that we need to do when we lose weight, but we don't talk about what happens after. We're not so talking about okay, how do we make sure that we maintain it? And what a lot of people do is look at these as two different things. You have fat loss and the way that you approach fat loss, and then you have maintenance. And I know a lot of you go into fat loss with the mindset of, well, I'll just lose the weight and then I'll figure it out. That is why we don't maintain our weight loss. And because we need to look at these as the same thing. The habits, the strategies, the approach that you take to fat loss are going to be what allow you to maintain weight loss. And the percentage of people who lose weight and successfully maintain it, it's been estimated to be as small as 1 to 3%. 1 to 3%. That is insane. But you can probably relate to that. You're yeah, I get it because I have lost the weight and gained it back so many times. These people who maintain their weight loss, what are they doing? They feel like another world. I don't understand. And you might even be feeling like this number is so small. Why would I even try? If only 1 to 3% ever maintain their weight loss, why would I even lose the weight in the first place? And I really want to give you some hope that you can be that 1 to 3%. And I know that you can be that because this is what I help my clients do every single day. I help my clients not just lose weight, but keep it off. My clients, I'm serious when I say that when you work with me, this is the last health and fitness program you will ever do. You are not just going to lose the weight, you're going to keep it off. You are going to be that 1 to 3%. I say that with confidence because I have helped hundreds of women, and I know that I can help you too. And in this episode, I'm about to outline the habits of people that don't just lose the weight, but keep it off for good. What these people are doing differently, aka what my clients are doing. And these aren't just random habits here. These are backed by research. The methods that I use with my clients, they are backed by the science and psychology of long-term sustainable weight loss. And I'm about to give them to you too. I will say though, if you've been listening to my podcast for a while now and you drive with what I've been saying, but you are not where you want to be with your fat loss goals yet, apply for coaching. Like, I'm going to be really for real with you guys. 2025 is the year that we want to get you from point A to point B as quickly as possible. And the best way to do that is to hire an expert who has helped hundreds of women get the exact result that you've been working for so hard on your own. I am so serious. I'm so confident when I say that if we work together, you will keep the weight off for good. And this will be the last health and fitness program you ever have to do. So if that's what you're looking for, if you are tired of spinning your wheels, if you have set the same goal year after year after year and you're not seeing progress, I would love to help you because you can get to your goal a heck of a lot quicker if we work together. So pause this podcast, head to the show notes, apply for coaching, and then come back here and we'll keep going. So what do people who actually keep the weight off do differently? And the research paper that I am recapping is actually very long. And funny enough, it looks at the military population because the primary goal of the military is to foster an environment that promotes maintenance of a healthy body weight. So what does that environment focus on that you also want to focus on when it comes to not just losing the weight, but keeping it off for good? You guys, I just realized that I have recorded 2 and 5 minutes, 2 full podcast episodes, and about 5 minutes of this one without having my microphone plugged in. So apologize for the sound quality, and hopefully it sounds okay now. But so let's break down there's going to be multiple different buckets and the habits that you really want to focus on when you're trying to lose weight for good. So the first bucket that this paper looked at was physical activity. You need some sort of sustainable exercise plan. There isn't a specific amount of exercise you need to do. There isn't a specific type of exercise you need to do. You basically just need to keep up moving in some capacity long term. So as you're thinking about how to apply this into your life, just think about how you can incorporate regular movement. So from a body composition standpoint, strength training plus a mix of cardio is typically going to be the most beneficial because you're going to be building muscle, which will allow you to more easily maintain your weight. But having that sustainable exercise routine is most important. So what can that look like in your life right now? Maybe it's walking, maybe it's following a strength training program. We just know that in order to maintain this weight loss, you need to be exercising in some capacity long term. Now, the second area is behavior and lifestyle modifications. And you might be like, well, yeah, duh, I need to change my life if I need to change my lifestyle if I want to maintain weight long term. And this is really like the difference between just a restrictive diet that you can do for 30 days versus learning how to eat and exercise for real life. And unless you are focused on long-term behavior change, your results are not going to stick. It is not enough to just mindlessly follow a meal plan for 30 days, to just cut out a food group for 30 days, to do just a challenge like 75 hard. That is not leading to long-term weight loss. That is leading to this cycle of start, stop, lose the weight, gain it back. You need to focus on the habits and the routines that you want to have for life. And that's exactly what I help my clients do. I teach them what are the habits and the routines that work for their individual life so they can keep it up long term. And this looks different for everyone. For some people, this might be learning how to track calories so they can focus on like portion control. For other people, this might look like building more balanced plates. For some people, they need to build a habit around their sleep routine. Like this is going to be really individual, but in order to make sure that you are implementing changes, one of the best things you can do is use self-monitoring with feedback. This provides a level of accountability. And self-monitoring just means that in some way you are tracking your goals. So maybe it's like you are tracking calories so that you can see how much you're actually eating. Maybe you are sending pictures of your meals to your coach. That is self-monitoring. We can't just go into these behavior and lifestyle modifications and say like, I hope I follow through. In order to follow through, we need to have self-monitoring in some way. That could even be just, weighing yourself, seeing how you're progressing in the gym. Those are all versions of self-monitoring. And then you want to receive feedback on it. So feedback like from a coach. So this could look like, food diaries, tracking your calories, recording how you feel after you eat. You just need to start bringing awareness to, how much you're eating, why you're eating it, just tracking this goal in some way and getting feedback from it so that you can make adjustments. That is the best way to start to truly shift your long-term behaviors and your lifestyle. And part of this behavior and lifestyle modification is setting up your environment in a way that supports weight loss and weight maintenance. And again, this is going to look different for the individual, but you want your environment to reflect something that makes weight loss and weight maintenance a lot easier. So typically this looks like, eating more meals at home, making sure you have high protein or high fiber foods that are easily available, learning how to estimate portion sizes at your restaurants. So setting up your environment in a way that fosters weight loss and weight maintenance. Imagine how much easier this is if, you guys know how much easier does fat loss feel when you eat 5 meals at home a week as opposed to 2. Like if you are constantly eating at a restaurant, it is hard to manage portion control, which is going to make fat loss feel harder. You guys also probably know fat loss feels a lot easier when my fridge is stocked with food that supports my goal versus having your fridge stocked with really delicious, highly palatable foods. So that is how you can set up your environment in a way that supports weight loss and weight maintenance. We want to make sure you are doing this on a regular basis, not just when you are trying to lose weight, but when you want to maintain it long term. And these are the habits, the lifestyle modifications that you're going to start to put into place so that it starts to feel easier as time goes on. And it starts to feel less like a diet and more just like the lifestyle you're building so that when it comes time to maintain your weight, this is just second nature. You're already doing these things. Now, the other habit of people who maintain their weight loss is the actual type of diet that they choose to follow. So that does matter. The difference between people who lose weight and gain it back versus those who keep it off long term, it comes down to the type of diet that they're choosing to follow. So things to think about is this conducive to a long-term lifestyle? If you can't picture yourself cutting out carbs for your entire life, keto, probably not the best option for you. Another thing to think about is with the diet that you choose and when I say diet, this does not necessarily mean like diet culture, the way that we define it. Diet can also just refer to like the types of foods that you eat. So keep that in mind. So the quote unquote diet that you're choosing, are you also getting nutrition education along the way so that you can start to understand what and how much to eat in any situation? So again, this is when things like meal plans don't work super well and aren't super helpful for long-term weight loss because meal plans aren't teaching you anything. You are just blindly following a meal plan, but you don't know once that meal plan is over how many calories are in two slices of pizza when you go to your friend's house. So then you don't have that education to make the informed decisions. So make sure that the diet that you're choosing, if your goal is long-term weight loss, is giving you some sort of nutrition education. You're starting to learn which foods are higher in protein, about how many calories your body needs each day, or what a proper portion size looks like for your body, or the benefit of eating more protein, of eating more fiber. Those are all things it's really important for you to get a grasp on when you think about long-term successful fat loss. Lastly, you want to think about a diet that is higher in protein and higher in fiber. That typically leads to easier weight loss, easier weight maintenance, mostly just because we're focusing on nutrient dense foods as opposed to, filling our plate with, things that aren't keeping us super full. So lastly, the big important habit, the lifestyle change of people who keep the weight off, what they do differently, we found that it's support systems. And what's really interesting is that counseling and psychotherapy services is cited as one of the most important support systems for long-term weight loss because those psychological and emotional factors play such a role in weight loss. And I want to make it clear, I am not a therapist. I don't pretend to be with my clients. I very much stay in my scope of practice, but I am certified in health mindset. And I do address the emotional and the psychological aspects of weight loss. And this is why my program is different and why my clients get the results for life, because we're not just focusing on the surface level things that you've probably done a million times when it comes to weight loss. We are focusing on the deeper things that have been shown to play such a big role in not just weight loss, but keeping that progress long term. And other support systems are super helpful too, like having family, having friends who share similar goals, having a community that you can fall back on, even like the community that I've, cultivated with my clients in our, monthly calls, just being surrounded by like-minded people who not just support your goals, but also are living a lifestyle that's similar to the one that you want to lead. You can probably relate to, everyone always talks about, like, oh, well, it's easy for me to stay on track when I'm with this group of friends because, they all like run marathons and they eat really healthy. So I, feel less bad sticking to, my fitness goals when I'm with them, as opposed to like, I have this other group of friends who they're always kind of peer pressuring me to drink and they kind of judge me when I order a salad. So it makes sense why this support system would be so helpful. And when we're surrounding ourselves more frequently with people who have similar goals and really support that healthy lifestyle that we're trying to build, it feels much easier to make those healthy decisions. So all of these things come together to lead to not just weight loss, but truly keeping it off long term. And if that is your goal, if you want to lose fat but also make sure that you are maintaining it, we need to pair the two together. We need to make sure that what you focus on for fat loss is conducive to weight maintenance as well. And the things we want to focus on, we're summing it all up. We want to build a physical exercise routine that feels sustainable to you long term. You need to focus on long-term behavioral and lifestyle modifications, like setting up your environment in a way that supports fat loss, bringing awareness to how much and why you're eating through self-monitoring and getting feedback on that. We need to focus on a healthy, balanced diet and gaining the necessary nutrition education rather than having a short-term fix like food rules or a meal plan. And lastly, we need to have a rock solid support system, preferably someone who helps you through the deeper emotional and psychological aspects of weight loss. Phew, I know that that may feel like a lot and it might feel like a giant lifestyle overhaul, but my goal with coaching is to help you approach it in a way that feels realistic and in a way that works for your real life. And I think you'll be surprised as we start implementing all of this, just how easy it starts to feel and how much more manageable it feels compared to any other diet you've tried before. And that's the goal. Because when it feels easy, when it feels manageable, when it feels like it fits in your real life, That's how these habits are going to be things that you stick with forever. So, if that's the case, if that's what you're looking for, like I said, I would love to work with you in one on one coaching. Head to the show notes, apply, and we will get things started. But in general, thank you guys always for listening to this podcast. I so appreciate it. I am so excited that you are here. And I will talk to you all next week where we are talking about the best workout split when you are trying to mix strength training with also some group fitness and cardio workouts.